Well, welcome. This is our pre-equinox spring flow. So we're going to do something a little special to get started. We're actually going to do a little meditation. So if you want to have maybe a pencil and a pen just to write down a couple reflections, you might want to grab that. And then we will get into our asana, our actual flow. And for that, you might want a few props, or I like to call them yogic assistants. You will definitely want something to support yourself. So either a block is fantastic or a cushion that's got some heft to it, because we're gonna sit in virasana, which is actually having your feet out to the side. So something that will actually support your weight will be helpful for that. And then the other thing you might want, we are also gonna do a lot of heart openers and putting our hands behind our back. So if you want to grab a strap or a kitchen towel, a sock, something to give you a little bit of extension back there that will help you out. Anything to give you ease and comfort in your practice, basically, right? And then we will get settled for our meditation. So you can lie down for this if you want. You could sit in a cross-legged position, something comfortable. You can even sit in a chair if that feels good. Just make sure that you have contact with the earth. So feet grounded on the floor, something to that effect. And we're in the equinox. So equinox, we're leaving winter, the sleepy, the dark. We're going into light and spring and rebirth, and it's a great time to go outside and plant seeds in your veggie garden. And it's also a great time to plant seeds for you, for intention. What do you want to cultivate for your life in the rest of the season, the rest of the year, and that kind of thing. And so our meditation is going to help get us into a goal-oriented state of mind. And when we think about goals, they really have three parts to them. There is the be, the do, and the have. And so the have part is the end goal. It's what you want to have. So it's, I want the car, the house, I want to run a marathon, I want to find more patience, right? But before you can have something, because we can't wave a magic wand, we have to do. And that's where we're practicing things. We're trying new things, we're learning, we're adopting a new habit, or maybe it's getting rid of one that doesn't serve us. And before we can do or have, first we have to be. And the be is the mindset. The be is where it all starts. It's where we come up with the desire in the first place. It's what motivates us to start, and it's certainly what motivates us to get through. Because let's face it, if we're really going for a goal that's a big goal, there's going to be work involved in the middle. And sometimes we don't want to keep going because it's hard and we're going to stumble. And so having that strong be mindset is what's going to get you through that slog part into the actual doing and the having. And so this meditation kind of takes you from a mental state of, if this is your today version of you, and this here is the version of you where you're trying to get to evolve into that new state, that intention, we're going to take you up to here so that you're already thinking and being as though you already have it. And when you start to envision yourself and be as though you already have that thing, then you start to do as though you already have that thing, and then all of a sudden you have that thing. So that is our journey for the meditation. So getting into a nice, comfortable and relaxed position, sitting up straight if you're sitting. Close your eyes and settle in. Becoming aware of your body in this space, in this time. Noticing the rhythmic rise and fall of your breath. How it just naturally comes and goes without even having to think about it. And then coming into that place within, that inner knowing, the place where the dreams are born. Focusing in on that place and knowing that here, in this moment, in this space, you are safe and you are supported. It is safe to let your dreams come out and know that everything you need to achieve your dreams already exists within you. As we walk through life, sometimes we carry, call it energetic residue from our felt experiences. Our body, it always does what it believes is going to protect us. But sometimes we outgrow the version of protection and then it shows up more like a blocker and it takes up space and makes it harder for us to evolve and to grow. And so we're going to clear what might be standing in our way before we start to grow. So first, acknowledge and thank your body for protecting you. Next, say, I am ready to grow. And then deeply inhale. And then as you exhale, say to yourself, I am releasing energy that no longer serves me. As you inhale, say to yourself, I am taking in new positive energy to help me grow. Exhale, I am releasing energy that no longer serves me. And inhale, I am taking in new positive energy that helps me grow. And now returning to letting the breath do as it wants. Take yourself back to that inner place where the dreams are born and start to focus in on that thing that you want. See that thing before you. And now start to envision that there is a path that is stretching out between you and that thing that you desire. And begin to see yourself walking toward it down the path. And as you go along your way, notice how things start to pop up that you must do. See yourself starting to do those things. Maybe you're learning something, practicing something, trying something new. As you go through and do these things, feel how you start to get stronger, moving forward, more confident, feeling more empowered, more sure of yourself, more aware, and feel as you continue to check these milestones off, a feeling of celebration as you hit these little wins, seeing that you're getting closer and closer to that thing you want, knowing you can have it and it's coming to you. And then in your next step, you arrive at the thing. You're here. You've done it. You've achieved that thing. You've completed your goal. Start to paint a picture of what that looks like. Where are you? Who is there with you? What are you doing? What are the sounds you hear around you? What are the things that you see? What do you feel? Feeling it from deep within and starting to grow and expand. You've just made it. You've just achieved your goal. You've done it. There's excitement. There's confidence. A feeling of winning, a feeling of pride, a feeling of elation. Start to really feel it growing and bubbling within you, just vibrating and getting bigger and bigger, like a glowing light inside, feeling so big and so amazing and so exciting that you start to even dance a little bit back and forth. And it keeps growing and you're feeling so proud of yourself, so confident, so empowered. And it grows even bigger and expands outward. It can't even contain within your body this amazing excitement of winning, of doing it. And it's shooting out your fingertips and out your toes and pouring out the crown of your head. You're dancing under it. Relish it. Enjoy it. You've done it. You're here. Now taking all of that amazing good energy, start to collect it and bring it in with you. As you start to feel your body present in this room. And taking all of that good energy, bringing it with you. As you start to feel the rising and falling of your breath. And bringing all of that energy with you as you gently open your eyes, coming back to this place. And now from that space, using this energy, you might want to write down any feelings. We describe that scene of having accomplished that goal and putting things like I am statements as though you've already achieved it. So I am empowered. I am courageous. I am strong. I am enjoying healthy food with every meal. I am loving, moving my body every single day. And the writing down, you can take this and put it somewhere where you can see it that can remind you, so that if you are in those times where it feels a little bit more like work, there's a way to kind of remind you and get back to that feeling, knowing that you already do have everything you need to achieve what you're trying to achieve. You already are that person. You can already be that person. You are being that person. And as soon as you are finished writing, we will move into our asana, our flow. So if you've been sitting for a while, you might want to shake out those feet a little bit, shake out those legs, and then we're going to actually come into hero's pose, which is virasana. So in Kundalini, we sit on our heels a lot. This is similar, but our feet are going to come out to the side. So I highly recommend that block or that cushion underneath and sit on that block. And then bringing your knees together and feet kind of come out to the side. If you have very happy, flexible knees, you can remove the cushion, but protect them, please. And then if you have very sensitive knees, if this doesn't feel okay, just sit cross-legged, or you could sit on your heels. So following what your body is telling you is right for your body today. And once we find Virasana, inhale, bring your arms out to the side. And as you exhale, bring your right arm across your chest and use your left hand to guide that arm inward, getting a nice stretch into that right shoulder. And rotate the wrist, warming up our joints, waking up into the spring. And then exhale, letting go. Inhale, your arms back out wide. Let's do the other side. Left arm comes across. Use the right hand to guide the arm into your chest. Rotate that wrist. Maybe open and close the fingers. And release. Inhale, arms out to the side once again. Swing your right hand down as your left arm goes up. So we're making like an X. Now bring your fingertips up to the sky. Now bring your right thumb towards your nose. Send your left hand away from your body. And now flip your palms up to the sky. And then bring your hands together. If this is awkward for your body, you can just have the backs of your hands touching. And then lift your elbows up to the sky. Should be opening up our scapular muscles, our upper back and our shoulders. Exhale, point your fingertips away from you. You might not go very far. We're just going into a different section of that shoulder for the stretch. Inhale, fingertips back up. And then exhale, send your fingertips to the left. And notice how that shifted the stretch just a little bit. Inhale, bring your fingertips back up to the sky. And exhale, unwind your arms. Other side, inhale, arms out to the side. This time the left arm goes down, right arm comes up, so you make our X. And then again, fingertips up to the sky. This time the right thumb comes, or left, excuse me, I'm backwards. Left thumb comes back to the nose. Flip your palms up and send your fingertips away, and then fingertips up, hands clap. Elbows up to the sky. And exhale, bring your fingertips forward. Noticing a shift in the stretch. This is a great one to do after you've been sitting for a long time. Really opens those shoulders. Inhale, bring your fingertips up again. And exhale, fingertips to the right. Inhale, bring them up. And exhale, unravel. Roll those shoulders out a little bit. And then we will come onto our hands and knees for some cat-cows. So gently removing that block you've been sitting on, that cushion. And then put your knees directly below your hips, wrists below your shoulders, and spread your fingers out nice and wide. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your hips, broaden across your chest, and look up for cow. Exhale, tuck your chin, tuck your pelvis, round your upper back, feel a nice, strong cat stretch. Inhale, belly drops. Chest comes forward, looking up. Shoulder blades coming down your back. Exhale, tuck and round. And one more time, inhale, cow, shining your heart forward, hips to the sky. And exhale, tuck, round, getting a nice back body stretch. And then inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Bring your toes together, knees apart, and then come into child's pose. Send your hips over your heels. Your forehead comes down to the mat. Your arms can be out long in front or down by your side. And take a moment to feel grounded and resting here. Think of this as your home base. If at any time during this practice your body is calling for a pause or a rest, this pose is always available to you. And knowing that I will give you alternatives throughout the practice, but listen to your body. It's the best instructor. You know you best. So make adjustments as you need, and if something doesn't feel right, just skip it. Inhale, come back up to all fours. Spread those toes out wide again. Curl the toes under. Lift your hips up and come into downward dog. Start by walking your dog, so bending one knee, straightening the other. It's warming up the hamstrings. And then everyone come into downward dog. Take stock of what's going on with your hands. So fingers should be spread nice and wide. And you want to make sure there's weight in the ball mound of the index finger and the thumb. That's going to protect your wrists. And then pressing up evenly through your hands. Shoot that energy up through your arms, up through your spine. And it's almost like someone's got a string, like you have a tail attached, and it's pulling upward toward the sky. You can bend your knees as much or as little as you need to. And inhale, come onto your tiptoes. Exhale, bend your knees and look forward. And then on the end of your exhale, one big step forward, another big step forward, and come into forward fold. Bend your knees a lot here. Rest your torso on your thighs. And then let gravity kind of do the work as you start to straighten your legs. Maybe you interlace your arms, just waking up the spine and the legs. And then release your arms, tuck your pelvis, and start to slowly roll vertebrae by vertebrae up to standing. Head is the last thing to come up. Now lift your toes. Feet could be hips width apart or together. Apart was going to give you a little more stability. Lift your toes and feel how your weight has gone down into all four corners of your feet. It's pretty even. And feel also how your thighs have engaged and they've lifted up. So keeping all that, let your toes come back down onto the mat. Let your tailbone come down as your hip points in the front come up, growing your spine even longer. Send your palms forward, and then inhale as you lift your arms up overhead. As you exhale, bend your elbows, look up to the sky, and shine your heart up and forward, little micro back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hinge at the hips, leaning forward as you bow down all the way to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, looking at the horizon. Exhale, forward fold, plant your palms and send your right foot all the way back to the back of the mat. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, and then press down, come up to low lunge. You want to feel a nice stretch through your back leg, through the psoas. So tuck that tailbone under as you lift up through the front, the hip points, to give a nice stretch along here. If you're still not feeling it, walk that front foot forward and make sure that front knee doesn't go past the ankle. When you find your base, maybe you lift your arms up. And exhale, bend your elbows, heart shines up, micro back bend. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, folding forward, frame your front foot with your hands. Untuck the back toe, lift the back knee, and step back into a plank. Hold here. Maybe your knees come down, maybe they stay up. Engage your abs nice in towards your vertebrae. Thighs are active and rolling up and in. And your heels are going out toward the end of the mat. Keeping your elbows next to your chest. Start to come slightly forward as you bend your elbows and lower all the way down to the mat on your belly. Untuck your toes. Hands are right next to your ribs. Starting with your feet, press them down into the mat. Press also your pelvis down into the mat and feel how your abs engage, almost like they're lifting up. Keeping those two things pressed, press also down with your hands as you pull your chest forward and come up into low cobra. Sending your tailbone towards your heels. Continue to press down with that pelvis, protect your low back. And then exhale, come down. Let your cheek rest on the mat. And then coming back into that position, but pushing up to upward dog. So pressing down with the feet, strongly pressing down with the pelvis. Sending the tailbone down toward the heels. Press down with your hands and pull yourself forward as you straighten your arms to upward dog. Maybe your thighs come off the ground. And then exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward dog. Inhale your left leg up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, send the leg through between your hands. Drop the back knee, untuck the toes, come up to low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, come forward, frame your foot with your hands, untuck the toes, and step forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Shoulder blades come down the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, all the way up to standing. Arms come overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do the other side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, leading with your heart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step the left foot all the way back. Knee comes down, toes untuck, lift up to low lunge. Find that strong base, tuck the pelvis, lift the front of the abs, grow long through the spine. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the elbows, shine the heart up. Micro back bend, look up. Shoulder blades are kissing in the back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, lean forward, frame your front foot, untuck the back toes, step back to plank. Hold in plank. Maybe the knees come down, maybe they stay up. Arms come tightly in towards your body, and then move slightly forward as you bend your elbows and lower all the way down to the mat once again. We have been here before. We're going to do low cobra. So hands are next to your ribs, elbows in tight. Press down with the tops of your feet. Press down with your pelvis and feel your abs engage, cinch in. And then push forward using your hands to shine your heart up and forward. Maybe you come a little higher this time for high cobra. And exhale, come down. Rest your cheek on the mat. Inhale, upward dog, pressing forward as you straighten your arms. Thighs come off the mat, look up. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bend the right knee, send that leg through. Back knee comes down, low lunge. Inhale, up. And exhale, coming forward. Hands frame that front foot. Lift the back knee up, and back foot steps up to meet the front foot. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, arms overhead. And exhale, hands to heart center. And here's the first incidence where you might want a prop friend. You're going to interlace your hands behind your back or grab your strap so you have a little bit of leverage, and really it's rolling the shoulders up and down. Shoulder blades are really kissing in the back. Heart is really shining forward. Find that strong, solid mountain pose. Inhale, look up. And then exhale, slightly bend your knees as you hinge at the hips and come into another forward fold, your arms behind. Drawing your shoulders away from your ears. Use your legs and abs to bring you back up to standing. Release your arms. Throw the strap aside if you have it. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to plank. Arms near your body. Maybe your knees come down. Move slightly forward as you bend your elbows and come all the way down to the mat. And then just as we did standing, we're going to interlace our hands behind our back. So if you need that strap, grab that strap. And use your thumbs or use the strap, use your hands on your tailbone. And use your hands to kind of press the tailbone away from you, feeling how your pelvis goes down into the mat. And as you do that, engage your abs, engage your thighs, and then continue to press with your hands down and away from you, like they're sliding down your back. And that will cause your chest to lift up and your heart to shine forward, pressing down, engaging your abs, pressing down a lot with your pelvis. And then maybe your feet come off the ground. If you're feeling a lot in your lower back, lower your feet. And then exhale, come all the way down, unwind, release your hands. And then inhale, upward dog, shining forward and through. Tuck your toes, exhale, hips up, downward dog. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, bend your knee, bring it through. Fan your back foot out 45 degrees. Keep the front knee bent. And then use both legs and abs to press up to warrior two. I'm going to flip around so you can see me. So we're finding a nice, strong warrior two base. So that front knee is bent, but not going past the ankle. Take your hand and kind of rotate that thigh out and feel how your knee comes in line with the second and third toe. So all that's happening in the front as the back leg goes strong and straight and presses back, and the weight's in the outer edge of the foot. So now you are solid. You're ready to walk through life strong. And then shoot your hands out and look over your right fingertips. Can you sink down a little bit lower on your exhale? And now imagining that thing that you are after in life is in front of you. Start to reach for it. Reaching out, reaching out, reaching out. When you can't reach any further, start to tilt down. Right hand comes down to find the inside of your thigh. Shine your heart out, twisting your chest open as you press into the right thigh with the right arm. Or maybe you have a block down here. And then the top arm can stay on your hip, could go up straight. Or you can rotate the pinky away from your face so the palm is facing down, and then you kind of shoot it up in line with that back foot, like one big long line of energy. Your back leg is still strong and straight. And then inhale, press down to come back up to warrior two. Straighten that leg, shake it out. And then we'll rotate to the other side. So turn your left foot, leg, all parts from the hip down so they're in line with the front of the mat. And then the right foot comes behind at a 45-degree angle. And then bend that front knee. Find your strong base. Pressing strongly back through the front thigh. Weight is in the, or back through the back thigh. Weight is in the front heel. Rotating that front thigh out. And then arms come out. Look over your left. Fingers. And then exhale, start to reach forward as far as you can go until you're ready to tilt down. Left arm comes to the inner left thigh or down in a block. Shine your heart up and out, little twist, and then lift that top arm. Or rotate the palm and send it straight and at an angle. Inhale, press down, come back up to warrior two. And exhale, straighten that front leg, shake it out, walk your feet in. Now, if you have a block, you might want to use it again. This is a great option. We're going to go into chair pose, and we really want to focus on strengthening and squeezing our thighs together. So if it's comfortable for you to stand feet together, then as we sit down into chair, press those thighs into each other. The block can be a great friend to really help you envision and feel what that feels like. And when your feet are apart, it can give you a little bit more stability as well. So however you are going to do it, inhale as you sit back like you're sitting down in a chair, arms come up, Utkatasana. Engage those thighs, engage those glutes. Exhale, sink a little lower in that chair. Weight is in the heels. And then inhale, come up to standing. Shake them out. One more time, inhale. Utkatasana, sit back in that chair. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart, still in chair. Now, inhale, start to tilt forward with your head. And imagine there's a string on your head and your tailbone. It's pulling your spine really long. Keeping those hands in a prayer. Exhale, start to twist to the right. And then find one knee to hook onto with that lower elbow. And then work into it. Maybe that inhale grows tall, makes you taller, and the exhale, the twist gets a little deeper. Making sure you send those hips down and back into that chair. And exhale, forward fold, unwind, shake those legs out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose. And exhale, come up to standing. I'm going to turn for the other side so you can see. Inhale, Utkatasana, sit back. Exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Inhale, tilting forward as you grow long through the spine. Exhale, twist to the left. Remembering to sit back down in that chair. And exhale, forward fold, shake it out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Utkatasana. And exhale, come up to standing. If you're doing the block exercise, you can remove it for the moment. And then inhale one more time, Utkatasana. And from this chair pose, put all of your weight into your left foot and lift your right ankle off the ground, right heel. Continuing to put all the weight into the left foot, pick the right foot up, and then tilt forward with your torso as you send the right leg back to the back of the mat into a high lunge. And find your balance. Maybe your hands are on your hips. Bend both knees. So the back knee is bent and the front knee is bent. Making sure the front knee is not over the ankle. And then use this back bent knee to allow you to tuck your pelvis, just like we did when we were on the mat in low lunge. Lift the front and feel an elongation of the spine. When you have that long spine, then start to straighten that back leg. Inhale, arms up, palms facing one another. And exhale, bend your elbows, shine your heart up to the sky. Look up, mini back bend. Shoulder blades coming together in the back. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bring your hands to your hips. And then step back up to the top of the mat. I'm going to do the other side, so I'm going to switch directions. Inhale one more time, Utkatasana. Sit back in that chair, strong legs. This time, the weight is going into the right leg. Feel the left heel come up off the ground. Maybe your hands go to your hips for a little more balance. Lift the left foot off the ground and then start to tilt your torso forward, parallel to the ground as you shoot the leg back and find that maybe graceful, maybe not, high lunge. I'm walking my front foot forward to make sure that my knee doesn't go past the ankle, and then bend both legs so you can tilt your pelvis and find that nice long spine. Straighten the back leg. Maybe it doesn't straighten all the way. It's okay. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend your elbows. Shine your heart up to the sky. Micro back bend. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bring them to your hips and step up to the front of your mat. And step your legs nice and wide. Oh, here, before you do that, if you've been using a strap, because we're going to do this again, grab your strap. And then legs nice and wide. As you inhale, roll your shoulders up and back, shining your heart forward, look up. And then exhale, micro bend your knees, hinge at the hips, and start to dive forward with your heart leading the way. Engage those thighs to protect the knees, micro bend the knees, come down to a forward fold, and then let your arms come forward. Lifting your shoulders away from your ears. Keep those thighs nice and active so they'll protect your hamstrings. You can bend your knees a little too. And then press down strongly with your feet. Use your abs to lift you back up to standing. And then heel toe your feet back to center. Release your hands. And then bringing your, we're gonna do our eagle arms again. Remember this from the beginning? So right arm comes under, left arm comes over, make that X. Fingertips up. Right hand, right nose together, left hand away. Palms come up, and then clap your hands. Lift your elbows up, and put your weight into your left leg. We've been here too. Lift the right foot up. Maybe you stay right here. Maybe you lift your right leg up and cross it over your left. Maybe start to sink down, squeezing those thighs together like we've been practicing in Utkatasana. And maybe you wrap your right foot around your left calf. Sink down lower as you raise your elbows higher. Nice twisted eagle. Finding a little balance, even when life tries to knock us off balance. We have a solid practice when we are in a state of being and knowing who we are and how amazing we are. We can get through those awkward times where we have to balance through. And unraveling your legs, unraveling your arms. Shake it out. And let's do the other side. So left arm comes under, right arm comes over, make the X. Bring your left thumb to your nose, right arm out. Palms go up, and then clap your hands. All of the weight into your right foot, wrapping that outer right hip in and around. Start to lift the left heel. Maybe you stay right here, or perhaps you lift that left foot up and crossed over your right leg and start to sink down into that chair. Maybe you can wrap that foot around the calf, sinking down with your seat as you lift up with your elbows. Balance is eluding you today. I recommend trying to find something that doesn't move to stare at and focus your gaze. Or fall out of it. That happens too. That's how we learn and grow. And then standing up, unwinding your legs, unraveling your arms. Shake it out. And then we'll do one more vinyasa, or an upward dog. This is our last standing pose. So coming back to the top of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Big breath in. And exhale, heart leads as you dive forward into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms, go through a vinyasa or straight to downward dog. I'm gonna go through a vinyasa, so that's plank. And then we scoot forward, bend your elbows halfway down, and then you press forward and through to upward dog. Then exhale, downward dog. Inhale here, deep inhale. And then big audible exhale, let something go. Inhale. And then as you exhale, come down to your hands and knees. Now here again is an opportunity to use a block. If you used it before in Utkatasana, you might want to keep your knees hips width apart. So the block can be a great reminder to keep it in place. It can also be fantastic between your ankles because it will achieve the same goal. Or you can skip it. It's not necessary. Sometimes it's nice to have, like training wheels kind of thing. Helps keep things in line. And you'll want to be on your knees. And we're going to use everything we've warmed up to put together. So remembering when we were lying flat on our bellies, putting your arms behind you, have your thumbs be on the base of your spine, hands on your bum, and then use your hands to press your tailbone down toward your knees and feel how your hips are coming forward, engaging those thighs. Rotate your shoulders up and around so your shoulder blades are kissing in the back, your heart is shining forward, and keep legs active, pressing down with the feet, pressing down with the knees, pressing forward with the hips and the pelvis. As you press down with the tailbone, shine your heart forward, look up. And now you're in camel. This might be your perfect expression of this pose today. So stay here, especially if you have a sensitive back. If you want to go a little bit deeper, engaging your abs now, sending them back into the vertebrae, shining up even more with your heart, pressing even more with your pelvis out. Start to let your hands come back and find your ankles. Pressing up with the chest, out with the pelvis, down with the feet. Look up. A few more breaths here. And then press down and use your abs to come up. Back up to standing. And then come down and find child's pose. Move a block if it's in the way. Toes come together. Fold down over your knees. And for this one, bring your arms back down beside you. Just resting here. Recenter. Reconnect with that inner place, that inner knowing, that place where the dreams are born. Your inner truth. And then gently use your hands on the mat to press you up to seated. Roll to your hip of choice and swing your legs around. Out in front of you. Move the flesh away from your sit bones so you are evenly grounded on each sit bone. If you have tighter hamstrings, you might want to sit on a little cushion. You can bend your knees a little bit if you want to. Feet are flexed, legs are engaged. We've been here many times before today, so keep that there. You're going to feel the thighs lift, almost pressing into your hips, which helps you grow taller. Inhale up with your arms. And then exhale, the thighs are pressing into the hips, letting you go up and over and forward. And then your hands can land on your shins. Maybe you stay right here. We're trying to keep our back flat. Maybe you find ankles. Maybe you find feet. Keep those legs active. And each inhale, see your spine growing taller. And each exhale, folding a little deeper forward. And I know that the goal is often to get that nose all the way down to the knees, but that's not what we're going for here. We're looking for an elongated spine, nice stretch through the hamstrings. So maybe you don't go that far. My nose is nowhere near my knees today, and it just feels good. And And then slowly use your hands on your legs to walk yourself back up to a seated position. And then we'll come and grab anything you might want for Shavasana. We are almost there. Move any props you have out of the way. Come lying down on your back. Letting the soles of your feet be on the floor. And evening out your hips. Now bring the right knee into your chest, hug it in. And send the left leg out long. Rotate that right ankle. And rotate it the opposite direction. And now using your hand as a guide, bring your right leg gently out to the right side, as little or as much as feels good. Keep the left hip on the floor. And then exhale, bring that leg across your body into a little twist. We're going to flow with this. It doesn't have to be a deep twist. And then inhale, bring that leg back across and out to the right. Using your hands to do some of the work. Just opening your hips. Exhale, bring the leg across the body into that twist. One more time. Inhale, bring your leg out to the right. And exhale, bring it across. This time we're going to stay in the twist. And go a little deeper. Let the right hand come out behind you. Look right. Let your body surrender. Stretch into that twist. And exhale, unwind, come back to center. Both feet on the floor, knees bent, and readjust, realign those hips so they're even. Take the right foot up and then place the foot on the left knee and send that knee out. So you make a figure four. Maybe you stay right here if you have tighter hips, or you can grab the back of the left thigh and bring both legs in towards your chest. You can play around with it here. So maybe you straighten the left leg. See what that feels like. Maybe bring everything a little closer to your chest. Maybe you gently rock your hips back and forth. Notice how that shifts the sensation. A little massage for the back and the hips. And then come back to stillness. And bring that left leg down and uncross your legs, both feet on the ground. Now bring your left knee in, hug it into your chest, and send the right leg out long. Rotate the left ankle, circle. And reverse directions. Now using your left hand as a guide, bring that knee out to the left, keeping the right hip down on the ground. A little stretch through the inner groin. And then exhale, using your hands to guide that leg across your body into that twist. And then we'll flow with that. So inhale, bringing it back out. Nice open stretch. And exhale across your body. Gentle twist. One more time. Inhale, bring the leg out to the left. Then exhale, bring it across your body. This time you're going to stay in the twist. Send that left hand out behind you. Look to the left. And then gently unwind from your twist. Place both feet back on the mat. Readjust those hips so they're even. And then take your left foot up and across so that it rests on the right thigh. Bring your hands behind your right thigh and bring your legs into your chest. Feel that nice hip stretch on the left. And then play around again if you played on the other side. So maybe you're straightening that right leg. Maybe you're rocking back and forth. What is your body asking for right now? And then come back to stillness. Send your right foot back to the ground. Uncross your legs. Inhale, both feet up to the sky, 90 degrees. Bend your knees, both knees in towards your chest, and grab each foot with your hand, the outer edges of the feet. Send those knees kind of towards your armpits. Feel it make your lower back press down into the mat. And then again, a gentle rocking to your happy baby. And finding stillness once again. Release your hands from your feet. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest using your arms. Give it a nice hug and a squeeze. Bring your nose up to your knees so you're like a little ball. Really squeeze in tight. And take a moment to thank your body for all that it does for you, how it protects you, how it moves you. Give it a hug of appreciation. And then squeeze every cell in your body, your fingers, your toes, your legs, your arms, your face, your belly. Squeeze, 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 tight, 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 tight. And release. Let everything go. Find your Shavasana. Legs are out long. Arms are out. Shoulders are relaxed. Letting all your hard work integrate and come together. Letting any thoughts that come through drift on by like a little cloud. Giving yourself this beautiful rest, this opportunity for stillness, this beautiful Shavasana. And starting to gently bring your awareness back to the room. Slowly deepening your inhales and your exhales. Start to gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Just waking up. And then lifting your arms up and over your head, but on the mat, stretch back into your wonderful body. And then exhale, bringing your arms back down, taking all the time you need. As gently as possible, roll to your side of choice and rest on your side for a few breaths. Feeling your body connected to the earth. Feeling the earth coming back up to support you in your everyday, in all your endeavors. Remembering the feeling of being protected, supported, nurtured, capable. And then when you're ready, using your arms to gently press yourself up to a seated position. As we come into our new season, our new period of rebirth and regrowth and opportunity, remember that whatever your dreams, whatever your goals, you have everything within you to achieve it. And all it takes to get back to that place of momentum, of confidence, of power, is to get back into that place of being. Be as though you already have it, and the rest will follow. So I'm going to take this amazing, incredible energy we have all cultivated together off the mat, into your day, into your spring. The teacher in me honors and appreciates the teacher in all of you. Have a blessed, beautiful, and bountiful day. Namaste. Thank you so much. Happy spring, everybody.